Okay, everybody, it is time for your matchup recaps from last year. It is me, your commissioner, your champion. I am ready to dive into this and let you guys know how it went down last week. So, of course, being the superior Welch brother, I smacked Tony down as I always do. I don't know if Tony's beaten me ever in fantasy football. We're talking 20 plus years of just dominance by little bro here. Um, you know, you'll notice the thumbnail in the video is Sir Jonathan Taylor Welch, and he is my adopted son. So that's why his last name is Jonathan Taylor Welch, because he is my son. He is the highest scorer in this matchup, and it wasn't particularly close. Jonathan Taylor just absolutely obliterated Tony. And, Tony got a respectable effort out of Mahomes and Kelsey, but respectable isn't going to get it done when you're facing the Jonathan Taylor buzzsaw. It is what it is. Tony went down. He lost. He's probably going to lose a lot of games moving forward because when my team lays it on you like I did, it takes you a while to recover. Look at Heyman, hasn't been the same since I kicked his ass. I mean, I beat the crap out of Heyman, and now he's just never going to be the same again. He might not win a game the rest of the year. So hopefully Tony can be a little more resilient, find a way to come back and win a game or two for the rest of the year, but I wouldn't count on it. Now we have Tony Sr. absolutely mugging Joe. Joe's team sucks. Tony Sr.'s team is good. That's the headline here. You're talking about Jalen Waddle. Who touched Jalen Waddle? My God, heading into a matchup at Jacksonville, Jalen Waddle absolutely obliterated Jacksonville and London, and I expect more of the same this week at Atlanta, but that's a conversation for tomorrow in the matchup previews. Mark Andrews really stepping it up lately. Josh Jacobs just keeps putting on fantasy points, guys, and no, it's not pretty, but at the end of the day, he's scoring fantasy points, and he is an RB2. So, I think he's a slightly more reliable version of Damian Harris. And we'll get to Damian Harris tomorrow for the matchup previews. I do not like the outlook on Damian Harris moving forward. Joe, 6 points out of Justin Jefferson, 2.7 out of Mike Williams, two guys that have been absolutely carrying him. I mentioned in the matchup preview, I thought Denver was kind of a bad defensive play, not because I saw the Raiders scoring a ton on them, which they did, but because the Raiders don't really turn the ball over. So, where's the upside? Unless you're getting a shutout, it was a stupid play. So, they gave up 34. Joe scored 1 point from his defense. Basically Joe goes as Brady goes. If Brady doesn't put up 35 plus, Joe's team is absolutely in shambles. So there you go. Senior with the drubbing of the week on Joe. Now we got John Vetri versus John Heyman in the John Bowl. And John Vetri was not ready to turn the John crown over to Heyman. $131. I mean, Heyman put up $114. It's a good effort he had. Najee just keeps getting it done. Somehow Adam Thielen keeps scoring points. I don't know how. The Rams D, very good defense. But, Tyler Lockett's been a huge letdown since Russ went down. Jamar Chase getting 9.7 at Detroit. Yuck. You would have expected 15 plus in that one easily. Eckler getting absolutely shut down to the tune of just 55 yards at Baltimore. That's terrible. On John's side of things, that Dak CeeDee Lamb connection was huge. Leonard Fournette, absolutely monstrous effort by Leonard Fournette. John's got a really good team for a team that only has one win. look for him to be playing spoiler for the rest of the season. He's got a pretty damn good squad, so not necessarily that surprising to see him put that effort together. Now, Jason versus Reese in what had to be the matchup of the week, 141 to 139. It looked like Jason was definitely going to get the W. He had Josh Allen get stuffed at the 2-yard line. I thought Allen was going in for the win for him, but really the big underperformer for Jason was Tyler Boyd, 0.7 points at Detroit, man. That is, Boyd, I hate to say it, he's borderline droppable. I certainly wouldn't trust him in my starting lineup, not by a long shot. And then you look over at Reese and, the fighting Derrick Henrys get it done again. Derrick Henry, another monster effort. He's by far the top player in fantasy. Basically, if Reese doesn't win a championship with Derrick Henry, he's among the worst players in fantasy history. Derrick Henry is a massive advantage over the field. Somehow Reese's team is still, not just charging ahead of the pack. He's 4-2 somehow. So, I don't know. Reese finds a way to be mediocre even with the best players in fantasy. It seems like every year Reese has the top player in the league, yet he has never won a league title. So we'll see how it goes for Reese the rest of season. He's one Derrick Henry injury away from being completely irrelevant. But that being said, I do expect a few more mega weeks from Reese, just the way his team's constructed. It's got a good squad. Now, Jared versus Justin, and Jared gets off the schneid, beating up on Justin. Justin had a great week from Kyler. The Kyler nuke stack was big this week. Other than that, his team was not good. That's basically how it went down. Little confused as to why Justin's picking up Allen Robinson. You already have the better Chicago Bears receiver. Darnell Mooney's outscoring Allen Robinson pretty much every week. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Dawson Knox broke his hand, and the curse continues for Justin. Odell is not particularly rosterable right now. You look at 79 yards was like an explosion from Odell. That feels like a great effort from him. He sucks. He's garbage. On Jared's side of things, Jared, I don't even know what to say. He didn't even have that great of a week. He just, he got to play Justin, so he gets the dub. So congratulations, Jared, getting off the schneid. I expect you to be right back on it this next week. But there you go, guys. There's your matchup previews, and recaps, and I will see you tomorrow for the previews.